Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. We gathered to discuss a transformative idea about transitioning from Bahasa Malaysia to English as an official language in our public sector. This proposal, though challenging, holds the promise of significant benefits for our nation. Imagine a Malaysia where we can effortlessly engage with the global community, enhance economic opportunities, and streamline public services. Today, I invite you to explore how this shift could lead to a more dynamic and inclusive Malaysia, ready to thrive in a rapidly evolving world. Language is not merely a tool for communication, it is a bridge that connects us to the world, a key that unlocks to international collaboration, and a vessel for economic growth. In an era marked by rapid globalization and technological advancement, proficiency in English has become a vital asset. It is the language of international business, diplomacy, science, and technology. By adopting English as an official language in our public sector, we are not only embracing a practical tool for our daily operations, but also positioning Malaysia at the forefront of global innovation and competitiveness. This transition, though ambitious, reflects a forward-looking vision that aligns with global trends and economic realities. Ladies and gentlemen, following Malaysia's independence in 1957, the government initiated an initiative to make Bahasa Malaysia the country's official language for all official government, business, and as the primary language of teaching for all educational levels. This initiative was driven by a desire to unify the diverse ethnic groups under a single national identity and foster social cohesion. Bahasa Malaysia became a symbol of national pride and identity, playing a crucial role in the nation's formative years. However, it is important to note that while Bahasa Malaysia was mandated for official government use and education, it did not attempt to regulate language use in the private sector, such as business and industry. The pressures of globalization have made English increasingly indispensable in these areas, and this dual language environment has created a unique linguistic landscape in Malaysia. while Bahasa Malaysia serves as a unifying factor. Domestically, English is the gateway to international engagement and economic opportunities. Today, as we delve into this proposal, I invite you to consider the vast opportunities it presents. Let us explore how adopting English as an official language can enhance our engagement with the global community, streamline our administrative processes, and make our public services more accessible to both Malaysian and the international audience. This is not merely a change in policy, but a step towards a more dynamic, inclusive, and globally connected Malaysia, ready to thrive in an ever-evolving world. Distinguished guests, according to the Department of Statistics, Malaysia, from 2019 to 2023, 70.1% of Malaysia's population is Bumiputra, 22.6% are Chinese, 6.6% are Indian, and 0.7% are other ethnic groups. This demographic diversity is reflected in the multitude of mother tongues spoken across the nation. In this diverse linguistic landscape, a common language is essential for effective communication and social integration. Currently, Bahasa Malaysia serves this purpose officially, while English is practiced as a second language. To draw a parallel, let us consider the situation in Singapore, where Malay is the national language, but the citizens predominantly communicate using English or Singlish, a localized version of English. This phenomenon can be attributed to social norms, media influence, and peer interactions which have shaped the linguistic preferences of Singaporeans over time. Despite the official status of Malay, the practical utility of English in everyday communication, education, and business has led to its widespread use. This example illustrates how societal dynamics can drive the adoption of a language beyond its official status. Honored colleagues, why must we make English as an official language in the public sector? The answer lies in the potential for enhanced efficiency, streamlined administrative processes, and reduce translation costs. Let us delve deeper into these benefits. Firstly, simplify communication. Adopting English as the official language for all official communications, including interactions between the public and the government agencies, offers a streamlined approach. It eliminates the need for multiple translations and ensures a single standardized format for all documents and correspondence. This simplicity can significantly reduce administrative burdens and improve the clarity and consistency of communications. Secondly, standardization of management. In a multilingual environment, public sector organizations often face challenges related to document standardization and procedural consistency. By designating English as the official language, we can achieve uniformity in management practices across all public sector entities. Standard documents and procedures can be adopted universally, leading to improved coordination and efficiency in public administration. Thirdly, cost reduction. Translation and interpretation services are essential in a multilingual setup but come with substantial costs. By adopting English as the official language, we can minimize these expenses, reallocating resources to other critical areas such as public services, infrastructure, and social programs. This cost-saving measure aligns with the principles of efficient governance and prudent resource management. Respected participants, transitioning to English as an official language can enhance public accessibility and facilitate better engagement with the global community. First and foremost, effective public information dissemination. Providing public information in a single language, English, can enhance the effectiveness of communication. Tourists, expatriates, and foreign investors often rely on English to navigate administrative processes and access public services. By using English for official communications, we can improve the accuracy of information dissemination, reduce misunderstandings, and foster a more inclusive environment for non-native speakers. Next, global competitiveness. In an increasingly interconnected world, proficiency in English is a valuable asset for international trade, diplomacy, and collaboration. By adopting English as an official language in the public sector, Malaysia can strengthen its position on the global stage. Our ability to engage with the international partners, negotiate trade agreements, and participate in global forums will enhance, contributing to economic growth and national development. Moving on to the next part of the speech. Let us address some of the concerns that may arise with this proposal. A common apprehension is the potential loss of cultural heritage and linguistic diversity. Critics argue that prioritizing English might erode the rich cultural tapestry that defines Malaysia. However, I am here to assure that this concern can be effectively managed. 1. Cultural heritage preservation. The Education Ministry of Malaysia has already established a robust framework for teaching English as a core subject from preschool to secondary school. This ensures that students gain proficiency in English while retaining their linguistic and cultural roots. Furthermore, public policies can be designed to promote the use of Bahasa Malaysia and other native languages in cultural and social contexts. This dual approach allows us to embrace global opportunities without compromising our cultural identity. For the second one, support for non-English speakers. Another concern pertains to the accessibility of public services for non-English speakers. It is crucial to provide adequate support mechanism to ensure inclusivity. Government initiatives can include translation services, language assistance programs, and use of simple English in official communications. These measures will help bridge the language gap, making public services accessible to all Malaysians, regardless of their linguistic background. Friends and fellow citizens, before I conclude, let us imagine the potential impact of mastering English across Malaysia. Envision a scenario when Malaysians from rural areas to urban centers can understand and engage with official communication participate in global dialogues and access international opportunities seamlessly. This vision encompasses not only the economic benefits but also the social and cultural advancements that come with a more inclusive and connected society. Adopting English as the official language in the public sector is not about leaving behind our cultural heritage. Instead, it is a strategic move to better equip ourselves for the challenges and opportunities of a globalized world. By fostering proficiency in English, we can enhance our competitive advantage, improve public services, and reduce communication barriers. This shift aligns with global trends and economic imperatives, paving the way for a more prosperous and inclusive Malaysia. As we reflect on the proposal to transition from Bahasa Malaysia to English as an official language in the public sector, it is essential to consider that broader implications and the transformative potential such a shift. This change is not merely about language. It represents a fundamental evolution in how we interact with the world and how we envision our future. Language is a powerful vehicle for connection and opportunity. By adopting English as an official language, we open doors to enhance global communication. English is the lingua franca of international businesses, diplomacy, science, and technology. It facilitates collaboration, fosters innovation, and enables us to participate more actively in the global arena. Imagine the possibilities for Malaysia. Our researchers collaborating seamlessly with international peers. Our businesses expanding their reach into new markets, and our students accessing a wealth of knowledge from around the world. English proficiency is not just a skill. It is a strategic asset that can drive economic growth, cultural exchange, and technological advancement. For example, Malaysia had the student exchange from Japan to Malaysia and Malaysia to Japan. From that, they can use English to keep the communication, to make the communication better. Let us also consider the practical benefits for our public sector. Standardizing English for official use can significantly streamline our administrative processes. Currently, the need to translate documents and communications into multiple languages can create inefficiencies and inconsistencies. By adopting English, we can achieve greater uniformity in our procedures, enhance clarity in our communications, and reduce translation costs. This efficiency translates into better public services as resources can be redirected towards improving infrastructure, healthcare, education, and other critical areas. Moreover, it simplifies interactions between the government and the public, making it easier for citizens to access information and services. The cultural dimension of this transition cannot be overlooked. While there is a valid concern that prioritizing English might erode our cultural heritage and linguistic diversity, it is important to approach this change with a balanced perspective. Our cultural identity is deeply rooted in our native languages, and this heritage will continue to be celebrated and preserved. The introduction of English as an official language in the public sector does not diminish the value of Bahasa Malaysia or other native languages. Instead, it enhances our ability to engage with the world while retaining our cultural essence. Educational policies can continue to emphasize the learning and use of Bahasa Malaysia, ensuring that our linguistic heritage remains vibrant. Additionally, public initiatives can be implemented to promote cultural activities, literature, and traditions, reinforcing our commitment to preserving our national identity. Friends and fellow citizens, let us also consider the inclusivity aspect of this proposal. By making English an official language, we are not excluding non-English speakers. On the contrary, we are providing a platform for greater inclusion and accessibility. Government initiatives can support language learning, translation services, and public education to help all Malaysians navigate this transition. Emphasizing English proficiency does not mean abandoning support for those who are less familiar with the language. It means equipping them with the skills needed to thrive in a globalized environment. In doing so, we are fostering a society where every citizen has the opportunity to participate fully in both local and international contexts. Ladies and gentlemen, let us envision the future of Malaysia with this transformation. A Malaysia where our public sector operates with increased efficiency, where our citizens engage confidently on the global stage, and where our economy is bolstered by enhanced international relations and trade. This vision includes rural communities gaining access to global knowledge, urban centers becoming hubs of international collaboration, and our nation as a whole becoming a beacon of progress and inclusivity. Adopting English as an official language in the public sector is a progressive step that aligns with global trends and economic imperatives. It is a step towards a Malaysia that is more competitive, more connected, and more capable of meeting the challenges of the future. To conclude, the proposal to transition from Bahasa Malaysia to English as an official language in the public sector is a forward-thinking initiative that recognizes the evolving needs of our nation. It is a proposal that balances the preservation of our cultural heritage with the embrace of global opportunities. It is a proposal that promises to streamline our public services, enhance our international engagement, and empower our citizens. As we consider this bold step, let us do with the confidence that we are preparing Malaysia for a future of greater prosperity, inclusivity, and global relevance. Let us take this journey together, ensuring that every Malaysian is equipped to navigate the complexities of a globalized world while celebrating the richness of our cultural heritage. By embracing English in the public sector, we are not only adapting to the demands of the future, but also enriching our national fabric with a language that opens doors to endless possibilities. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to engaging with you further on this transformative journey.